Oh,
It was in the 70s here when I woke up, so things are cooling down.
it was in the 50s here.
That's freezing.
There was no,
It's
There was
been in the
night-
40s here at night sometimes.
there
Oh,
was, no, we had a good rain this morning.
yeah. It's a beautiful morning.
And then I went out walking, full moon, and the coyotes were howling.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
Be careful, Jan.
Oh, I
Oh.
had one in the middle of the road, and then I went around and 4 across the road in front of me. They're not a problem. You just bang and clap them away. They
Yeah.
run off.
Well,
and
we
they
saw
know,
there
you
was a
know, if there's
meeting.
a place that there's food, they know and they go there, just like
Yeah.
our dogs would.
There was a meeting, I
I
don't know
went.
what came of it.
Well, I
I
went
missed
to a
that.
half hour of it.
Yeah.
I
And-
missed the meeting, and I had 2 pictures. One, a big owl in the middle of the road when I was walking before, and then I had a little raccoon.
Yeah,
Ooh,
watch out for those
raccoons.
raccoons. The woman that was attacked was at the meeting.
Yeah.
I didn't know anybody was attacked. How was she attacked?
4
Four
raccoons bit her, and she has to have a series of rabies shots. She's a
Oh.
mess.
Oh, they
Mhm.
were attacked by raccoons.
Yeah,
They're in
Raccoons
the
are-
area where the ceramics building where the feral cats were.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, they.
I
they
wondered
stay
if
in the
that
sewer.
was the day that the garbage, if that was like a Tuesday night, because the garbage cans would be out, that would attract raccoons.
They're living there.
Well, the cats live there, but the raccoons live there?
Well, the raccoons have replaced the cats.
Oh,
Oh, now
All right,
what,
I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and then we can visit afterward. My little deal is not gonna take that long. And then
Yeah.
we can leave it open for visiting, as long as you like. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let me,
at those,
okay, I redid the website and I'll take you through all the moving parts of it. I hope I can scroll. Yeah, so this is the new homepage. And just welcome everybody back and telling them when our first meeting is going to be, October 15th, Rec One Theater. And I found this quote that I just love. Anything more than 500 yards from the car just isn't photogenic.
yeah. We've seen that one, and it's true.
Words
Oh,
were never spoken.
but we still keep trying.
Yeah. And then here's about the, and this is live, by the way. You can just go to lwphoto.club on your own. And it was live as of last night. I went ahead and pulled the pin and published it. Okay, and then this just talks about the Fall Arts Show.
Okay.
Wow, that's coming up fast.
If now that you're an insider and attended this meeting, you'll know that you can actually go here. Go ahead and get your forms and just do the download. Then you can go ahead and get started.
can you fill them out online or do you have to print them?
No, you have to print it and send it in.
Who do you
And
send
the
it
same for
to?
Form B, Form C, and Form D, which of course is the Art Mart.
It says on it.
And then the hard copies are going to be available in the Art Studio on October 2nd. And Charlene will put those out on October 2nd. You stop and think about it, that's not that far away anyway, October 2nd. And then deadline, of course, is November.
The 7th.
Yeah. All right, and then here's just this has been posted all summer long as a tease. So that's not new. What's new is right here. We're gonna have Wine and Answers. It's gonna be a workshop on September 24th. Many of you will not be back by then. Don't worry about it. This is mostly for people that have never participated in the art show before and might be interested. And what we're gonna do is have like a Saturday afternoon session, just 1 to 3 in the Lakeside Clubhouse. And we'll just have some light refreshments and some wine and people can come and go that have questions about how they can get started in the art show. maybe they're into ceramics or glass or painting or even photography. And we'll tell them all about filling out the paperwork and getting registered and what the fees are and what you got to do by what you got to date and how the judging works and how the prizes, how the places are awarded and so forth. And it'll just be a good introduction for anybody that's kind of been interested in participating in the show, but just never really stepped up because they were a little scared. So we're going to tempt them with light refreshments and wine and get them into our lair. And then, of course, we spring the trap and we get them to sign up for the show. Anyway,
Is
that's-
Charlene still running it? Is Charlene still running the show?
Oh, God, yeah.
Good,
In fact,
good.
she got promoted. She's now the director of exhibition, which
Oh, that's right, yes.
means
Good.
she's in charge of anything displayed. She's the go-to. So she's the chair of all exhibitions, including the Leisure World Foundation, the theme contest, everything to do with the exhibition of product, including the fall art show. So anyway, this is just a repeat of what was been posted all summer. This is that cute little time lapse that shows the setup and knockdown, how the sausage is made. I just find it really clever, and I share it every opportunity I get. That's something that Dennis Smith put together for us years ago. Not years ago, but a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So anyway, those are the nuts and bolts. And then here's a little video I put together as a preview. And all you got to do is sit back and just relax and enjoy, okay? It's only a little bit over 2 minutes, so just relax and enjoy it.
Wanted to preserve the family. She wanted everyone to get along. Family was so deeply important to the Queen, and this is such an incredible moment. That
Mute. Whoever has their TV on, mute.
I wanted to make sure and confirm and yes, this is the first time we've seen them together like this. This is perfect. A favorite. Walking down that big long walk. In front of Windsor Castle. It has been many years.
Yeah, over here's the.
Bob, I can't tell whose that is. I can't see my people.
It's muted.
Oh, thank you.
It wasn't me, but it's muted.
Thank you.
Everything's muted. Start over. So everything's muted.
Okay,
That's good.
I'm gonna put it on the post tomorrow, this afternoon, that the revised website's available, and all Leisure World residents will be invited to take a look. Okay. Now I'm just going to briefly take you through the pages because there are some changes, and then we'll just turn it over to social. Okay. All right. So about us. This is just our boilerplate about who we are and what we do. and opportunity to join the club. If they want, they can just click here for the application. Club officers, here are the mugshots of all of us that are board members and how to reach us. This is what I've been working on all summer. This is a grid that shows how our meetings lay out for the new season. I used to have a Google Calendar in here, and basically it was just a bunch of white space, because if it shows a month at a time and we're only having 1 month, one meeting a week, and only 6 months of the year, the calendar wasn't very full. So I find that by using this grid, it gets everything like in a snapshot form. And I revise this as if you've attended the meetings, you know that I revise this weekly, and it's part of the weekly presentation. So, but anyway, it's available online here. And the legend shows that special events are the pink. So we look for the pink. You got the theme contest, the holiday party, and the end of season gathering. And those are the ones we look forward to the most, I'm telling you. Club contact. Here's if somebody wants to reach out, they can get a hold of me. Membership. If you want to join the club, you can click here and get the application.
Oh,
And then you have 3 choices. You can bring it, mail it, or drop it to Dropbox. All right, for club events, we got the Fall Arts Show. These 2 boxes are really just a recap of the ones that are on the front page. When the one on the front page goes away, because they're no longer timely, then these will still be there. But with a short window, they'll probably both be in place until after the show. And then after the show, we'll post the winners just like we did here. Here's 2021 winners by group, 2021 winners by artist. So the ones for 2022 will just take their place above here and replace this information here. Here's the foundation. Here's the one that's coming up in January. And this is going to be a Bill Harrison.
oh,
And I don't know how much, as far as the Arizona ruins, this is the only site I have, which is up near Flagstaff. And hopefully some of you guys have been to like Montezuma Castle and places like that. And hopefully, and if not, we'll just supplement with Arizona scenes, I guess. I don't know.
Or we could just take pictures of ourselves.
Selfies.
That'll really make them join.
Oh, Betsy, I knew we could count on you. All right, and then beyond this is just a recap of the ones we've done in the past. There's last year, year before that, year before that, year before that, all the way back to the beginning, which was 2017, which first one was Salt River Horses, as many of you will recall.
Mm.
This is new. Hold on to your seats. With the acquisition of the new hardware, where we can have sturdier displays, we can now display outdoors. So what we're going to do is kick things off in December by having what we call Fab 5. This will be your 5 most fabulous photos. We would like you to go through and take a look at all your photographs and pick out the 5 that you feel are the best photos you ever took in your entire life.
that's
Oh,
And that's
God.
what we would like you to show for this event. And those are going to be displayed during the band's performance on a Friday night, where the band with no name is performing. We will set up before they perform, and then people will be able to. I think they get a couple of hundred people on these Friday nights.
Yep.
So it's a fairly good turnout, And if we set up and we have our stuff laying there for them to look at, I think we'll get some action out of it. So we'll set up Friday afternoon. We'll join in the festivities of the party with the music and everything, and then we'll volunteers will stay behind and knock down. But it's not a huge display, but I'll show you that in just a moment. And then the other one is we're calling Walk With Me, a Leisure World Perspective. And what this involves is, as you know, we have our 50th anniversary coming up. Leisure World is 50 years old. And we're joining in the celebration by having a display, and this one's going to be up a while. In fact, I've ordered a tarp to cover up our display because we're going to put it up Friday. The celebration is all weekend, so we put it up Friday, and we'll have to go up and tarp it Friday night. And the Saturday morning we'll have to pull it off. And we'll have to tarp it again Saturday night, and then pull it off again Sunday morning, and then knock down Sunday afternoon. It's all weekend long. And it's called Walk With Me. And we're gonna have a meeting on this in the art studio as part of one of our regular meetings. And I envision this thing that we'll probably form some teams. We'll come up with what we feel like we want to cover. Like maybe one group will focus on activities. One group will focus on clubs and activities. One group, these are the things that we'll walk through at the organizational meeting, and we'll divide into groups. We'll have these groups divide out, and then we'll go out and start shooting, and we'll shoot and shoot and shoot, and then we'll have to gather those up and then decide which ones will be shown. In fact, on both of these, you can click here. This one is simple because there's only 5 photos. So this one, you could actually go ahead and get your entry ready. You could actually go ahead and fill this out if you know what your 5 most fabulous are. And this gives you all the details, the setup, the knockdown, and all that stuff. So that's good. And then the same for this. Here's the details on this one. This gives you all the details on that one. I won't go into all the details with you, but that's where it's available. All right, and then as far as the layout goes, this is the layout. Each one of these letters is one panel. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, that's right.
And this is butted up to the creek. You know, the bridge over the creek. So if you can picture the art studios right here, and as you're looking out toward the creek, in fact, Charlene showed us this area at one time. We went out during one of the meetings, I think, and looked at this area. And there will be nothing displayed on the backside. That's why there's no letters on the backside.
Yeah, there's 25 screens on there, Bob.
There you go. That's what we were looking for. Yeah. Yeah.
'Cause you've got
One
front
short
and
of
back.
20, one short of the letter of alphabet. I knew that. As my
Yes.
kids would say, I knew that. And probably one panel for each participant, I'm thinking. It may not fetch out that way. Like I say, those are the details we'll work out as we go along. I hope we have that many participants. We may not, we'll see. But don't be afraid to go ahead and get started on it right now, you know, start thinking about it. And also, if you already have some shots, I already have some shots of Leisure World that I took for the ones that I took for the back when we used to have the phone book cover contest. I have a lot of those shots still available, and some of them are still timely, you know, if you already have some shots. So start thinking about these, because these are big deals, particularly this 50th anniversary. We really want to shine on this one. This is Rec 1 is going to be visited by a lot of people, and I think a lot of outside people even. And we really want to show off our stuff, and we really want to take a leadership position in the community as far as, you know, we want the photo club to be the first thing Leisure World thinks of when they know they're going to have an event or a celebration or something. We want the photo club to be one of the first things they think of as far as being able to contribute. Okay, that's the thing we're trying to sell. So anyway, you can look at these at your leisure. That's new for this year. The theme is the theme. It's going to be rocks in 2023, landscapes and nature for 2024. And once again, the results will replace the, and we'll pick the 2025 at the February event. So that's pretty much that. Club meetings, guest speakers. I don't have Ron York's information. I don't know if you remember, but when we had Beth Rugio as a guest speaker for last year, her husband is Ron York. And he's also a professional photographer and will speak to us on January 7th. Unfortunately, I nailed the date down with Ron as he and Beth were in France. And they were going from there to Cape Cod, and they're still not home. So unfortunately, I'll have to give you the details of his presentation a little later. And this is just a dummy I put in place when I don't have the headshot. But if you click on these, if you click on the hypertext, you'll get the bio for the person. It says click for bio, so it tells you right there.
Yeah, Ron Naylor spoke last year at our Leisure World Foundation show.
Every picture.
You know,
He's very good. And maybe this will make
yeah.
up for,
He's a
if we
speaker.
have a smooth meeting, maybe it'll make up for the one that the foundation had where nothing worked, remember?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm hoping
Yeah,
for,
Wally remembers because he had to make it work.
Yeah.
he's coming all the way from Cottonwood, so. Anyway, that's our guest speaker. Here's where you can always find the weekly, monthly challenges for the season. If you're just looking for everything, has everything on one sheet. Here's the new season. You can download it at your leisure, put it on your refrigerator, whatever you want to do with it. Weekly presentations. We don't have a secretary and we don't have minutes for our meetings. So a long time ago, Charlene said, you know what? We'll just use our presentations as our minutes. And that's basically what this is. This is a place for you to catch up on any meetings that you, for whatever reason, were unable to attend. And these are to come, and these are last season. And these are from the Zoom days,
Mm.
and the hybrid days and the Zoom days, which added a lot of years to my life and added a lot of gray hairs, but
Mine too.
yeah, we won't do those anymore. And Club Reference, here's a page called Communications. This is just basically how to reach us and all the communication tools we have. And then here's one this is new. This is gear for sale. And then this is just a start on it. And I'm not sure how we're gonna flesh this out. But Charlene gave us a couple of items just to start us off, and I threw one in here. And I don't know if we probably either need to switch to a different format where there's better description, more descriptive information, or at least I could put a link to where you could click to get information online from like B&H or, you know, one of the major camera companies. I'll figure something out, but this was just to block the space and get us started. And yeah, if you've got anything that you'd like to sell, some gently used items, you want to put them on here, be happy to do that for you. Here's a page that Walt put together for us, I believe it was. a while back. Just gives you some tips on how to download pictures.
Oh, okay.
I think that was Walt,
Remember it?
Think I remember it
vaguely.
ages ago.
And there's just some helpful photo links, you know, the normal stuff. I'm thinking about having a contest. Who has the most photography bookmarks? And it would have to be like an honor system, but I would venture to say I probably have more bookmarks than, well, I shouldn't say that, you know, maybe we just have to put your answer in a sealed envelope and turn it in at a meeting, and then we just do it at a meeting or something, see who has got the most. All right, what questions do you have? Any?
Great job, Bob. Thank you.
It's all ready to go.
That's
and I'm gonna announce it.
incredible.
Yeah,
You-
thank you
you-
very much. I'm
You
gonna
have
go ahead
been
and announce
busy
it to
this
the,
summer.
huh?
You have been busy.
Oh, yeah, it's fun. It's
Oh,
fun.
the website's great, Bob. Absolutely wonderful.
Thank you. If it stops being fun, then I'll stop doing it, but yeah, I'm having fun with it. All
Good.
right, so then I'm gonna turn it over to Diane, and you guys can visit as long as you like. All right,
Thanks, Bob.
you're welcome. Anybody
Okay.
want to tell us what they did for their summer?
We visited our doctors.
I got COVID.
Who got
Oh,
COVID?
you did?
I did.
Oh, Jan,
What?
sorry.
Yeah, when I got off the cruise ship.
Oh,
Oh,
We canceled all our cruises.
When were you on the cruise ship, Jan?
Iceland, and when I went to England.
Oh, your big trip.
oh,
Yeah, it didn't last long. I was gone in 5 days, and I was negative. I've been negative ever since. But yeah,
How complicated was it traveling between countries with all the restrictions and everything?
well, they did, and it was amazing. The ship wasn't full either, you know, and they had all sorts of things in place for washing hands, for wiping down everything, and all sorts of stuff. And nobody could get on unless you were negative. So we were all negative to start with.
Were
I
you
forgot one thing. I
isolated on
forgot
the
to show you
ship?
the grant. I forgot I was going to model the Grand Buona Award.
Jan, did you get it when you were on the ship?
Yeah, I got it right at the end.
Were you isolated on the ship?
No, I isolated at home. It was the last day or two. I started getting sick. You don't realize what's going. I got a sore throat.
It wasn't too bad, hopefully.
And then the day after we got off the ship, I couldn't smell anything, so I knew it was a problem.
What a shame, Jan.
Well,
well, at least you got the trip in.
it's done. No, I got the trip in. It was fantastic. That was an adventure.
It was great. You were there for the Jubilee. It was wonderful.
Yes, it was fabulous. It
I
was
love seeing your photos.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing them with us.
Oh, you're very welcome.
I was wondering if you were there a couple days ago when the Queen died. but apparently
No.
you weren't.
No. I was here. I
You were
came
there
back-
for the good time.
I was there for the good times. No, I came back. I came back in July in the middle. You know,
So
middle of-
what other adventures did you have besides Iceland and COVID?
Well, we went to Northern Ireland, Iceland, and we went to what's the other island called? I can't remember. We went to some other islands as well. But anyway, and then all over England, and I caught up with a lot of friends.
Good.
Good. So how long were you there?
8 weeks.
Wow.
Ooh, wow.
Big trip.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Yeah, we had a big trip planned too, a world cruise plan. But first they took away Tahiti, then they took away Venice,
Athens.
and then they took away Athens. And when they took away Athens, I thought, you know what? I think this trip is starting to fall apart.
Yeah.
And so then we scaled it back, said, well, we're going to cancel that trip. And then we decided we're going to take a New England fall colored little 1 week cruise instead of so that world cruise would have been 4 months. But the New England fall colors was only going to be a week. But then we started getting more bad news, like COVID's not really over, and
Yeah,
also
people on
also
Alaskan
the
cruises
reality,
are getting it.
the reality of driving 2 weeks to New York, catching a ship for a 1 week cruise, and then 2 weeks back to Mesa, Arizona. It started not making sense, and we canceled that cruise as well. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
not as
true.
if, it's not as if we were going to fly back and cruise and then fly home.
My
Yeah.
friends took Alaskan cruise with their family. Most of the family had to be isolated on the ship. It was horrible.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
last thing we wanted to do was be floating around in an 8x8 stateroom or whatever it is
Oh,
for
yeah.
4 months, not being able to get off the ship, being quarantined to our room.
Yeah.
And the more we got to thinking about it, the more we thought, you know what? God's trying to tell us something. So we listened and we
Yeah.
canceled
Yeah,
some
when they
other
first
time.
Well, that's
canceled
what's
Bora
amazing.
Bora.
We
What?
were out in the middle of nowhere most of the time and not very many people around, you know, and that kind of thing. And actually, we did miss a day, except then we went to the Faroe Islands, which were absolutely spectacular. But anyway, they tried to make up for different things in between because of weather, bad weather.
Well, just because of dining on the ship without a mask will do it.
Yeah,
Well, now, were,
but we were
were
all
you
naked
there
when we
during the
went there.
heat spell? Were you there?
Yes,
were
I
you
was.
there?
Yeah, but yeah, part of it I was. Yep. No AC. I'm a wuss. Give me my
I
AC,
know.
please. It is windows open and whatever else. It is terrible. Yeah, very.
What's
huge.
terrible?
The weather.
The
they had
weather in
heat
England when it
spell.
went up to 100 degrees, and it's
Oh my
very,
God.
very
No
humid.
air conditioning.
No air conditioning. I wasn't there quite when it was 100, but it was 80 and 90 before I left, you know, and it was just right after the weekend it turned to 100, and I made it back here on the Saturday.
Wow.
England's
Well,
probably
like-
like Santa Monica. Diane and I are from Southern California, and in Santa Monica, they said, "Oh, you don't need air conditioning.
No air conditioning.
There's no air conditioning." And you don't need that.
For
And
a
of
couple
course,
days a year
things
you
have
do.
changed, you know, and you do need it now. And yet these houses were built with no air conditioning. They didn't. They're always going to have that sea breeze. Well, guess what? Times change. And you're
We didn't
stuck.
have air conditioning when I was growing up in Riverside.
Oh,
Yeah.
Betsy, do you know
Yeah.
anyone in Hemet that's affected by the fires?
I didn't know about the fires, but
Oh,
yeah.
Hemet's burning like crazy.
Oh my gosh, I'll have to look.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Check it
I
out.
have a
Yeah,
second cousin there
yeah, you
and an
better,
and a former high school boyfriend.
well,
Uh-oh.
check in with the cousin.
It's burning, don't worry.
Yeah, it's bad.
Well,
My
your
friend
high
in
school
Santa
boyfriend
Monica just showed a picture of smoke from that in Santa Monica. So,
Is that going up and affecting Idlewild or Palm Springs?
I don't know. I think it's heading towards LA, but I'm not sure.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I had my eldest daughter and her husband were on in Scotland. Well, they were in London when it was still pretty hot, and Cambridge when it was still pretty hot. And then they started moving north into Scotland, and it wasn't cold in Scotland, which is unusual.
I'll say.
But they were
We were
on the
there in
island
August,
sky
and it
and did some
freezing.
hiking, and it was
Wow.
beautiful. They said.
Where did
So,
everybody else go? Where did you go, Ruth?
that's
Where
what I
did
was.
we go? Where did we
When?
go? We went,
When?
when? Oh, to Scotland in 1974.
But
we
where
all
did you go
traveled.
this year? This year?
Where did we go this year? To Michigan.
Mm,
And
Oh,
back- and we'll be going back. That's it.
okay.
Oh, okay. No, those.
That's a
stops
nice
up-
road trip, though.
But did
a
you
nice
catch
road
up with family and friends?
Some friends, no, our family isn't here.
Yeah.
Our family's mostly in California.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Spent our life in Ann Arbor and we
It
still
was good to
cadre
me.
of physicians there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we come here mostly to see our doctors.
Yeah. Oh,
now-
okay.
When we got here, the campground had been sold to a conglomerate. And I don't know if we can ever come back to it again because they're not giving the prices. They're not giving when you can
Oh,
get in. They're not giving anything.
Mhm.
So we may not be able to come back.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
you'll find a better place.
Better
Yeah.
check out Utah.
We
Yeah.
have checked into every place around here. We can get onto, if we did it fast enough, we may have missed it already, one line of RV spots on the county fairgrounds.
Oh,
Oh,
County
well, you know
fairgrounds in a
what?
parking
Why
lot.
don't you just- why don't you just come to Minnesota?
Grass.
It's grass. It's grass.
Why don't
But
you
the-
come to Minnesota instead?
yeah.
Because
Because our
there are some
doctors aren't
really
in
great-
Minnesota, that's why. Our doctors are not in Minnesota. We need to know
Oh.
where our doctors
Ah.
are.
We've got some very good doctors here, guys. I've been doctor shopping since I've been here. I found some wonderful doctors.
Well, maybe
Okay,
you
does
can tell us where
anybody
to find them.
know,
What?
does anybody know a good gastroenterologist? I have a friend.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay, I need you to send me the name and phone number because that's what my neighbor needs to know.
Yep.
Maybe at Mayo.
Well, there's a little problem with Mayo, I'm afraid, unfortunately.
Well, I
Here.
have one just around the corner.
I'm accepted in Rochester, but not here.
Mm.
Well,
And
we'll
she-
get surgery at the Phoenix one.
Mm.
So,
Betty, I'll send you one close by, the one I go to. He's pretty good.
Okay. She has,
Is yours on Arbor, Jan?
Mhm.
Yeah, mine too. We'd go the same one, I bet. Watkins, I think it's.
George
She has-
Walker.
she has-
Walker.
There's different doctors there. I have a really good one that's
Yeah.
there too. So we all go to different ones that are at
At
the
the same
office.
place.
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, this gal
Yeah.
has to get an infusion every so often and has, like Crohn's type stuff. Michelle Mary.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Gail.
No, Gail's got somebody too, so
Yeah.
I'll give
Yeah.
this gal.
Well, check out.
Otherwise,
their-
she'd have to fly
if-
back to
if-
Minnesota.
If you need something very specialized, you better check out their credentials and stuff and see if they've done that. I don't know, so you may need to look further or whatever, but this is just a general GI clinic and they're pretty good.
Well,
I
I'm
like
going to a
the guy.
special place for Prolia and everyone else is getting infusions there but me. It's just one seat after another. It's amazing.
okay.
Yeah.
Now, Betty, you guys went on some adventures this summer, didn't you? There were some pictures of doing fun things.
Only within 25 miles of our home.
Well, hey,
Hey,
That's
that's an
adventure.
adventure.
Yeah. That's
Tell us
different.
about it.
Vacation.
Yeah, tell us, Betty, because that's different.
Tell us
for all
about
of
it.
us. Yeah.
Probably maybe what you're talking about, Betsy, is when every week, every Thursday at the Des Moines Botanical Gardens, they have music in the garden.
oh,
Oh,
that
wow.
was really neat.
And that's wonderful. And we went just last weekend, the Des Moines Symphony had concerts at the Waterworks Park. And they had two different concerts. And that was wonderful. I mean, there were thousands of people there for that. And our experience, one of the problems there is you want to make sure it hasn't been raining when you go to Waterworks because almost everywhere you park is in grass. And so it's hard to explain, but there's some good parking, but there's a lot of parking that's not very close to where the concert is. And so when we drove in to begin with, the young man who was manning the one lot that was closed, he said lot is full. So he motioned us on. So we go and we drive and we turn around, we say, well, this is ridiculous. We're not going to walk a mile. And so by the time we get back, he had left his spot and we looked in and there were all kinds of spots where the lot was closed. We drove right in and then all these other people started following us quickly. So, and we were only probably about, not even a half a block from where we ended up planting ourselves. So we've done a lot of anything outdoor. We do have something here in Des Moines and it's all over the country. It's called flash dining. Have you all ever heard of flash dining?
No, what is
No.
it?
Like a flash mob.
Well, what it is it started in Paris and the once a year they have it here and we haven't done it the last couple of years, but they did it again this year. And what you do is the only requirements are that you don't know until the day of where the event's going to be. And then they send out a Facebook notice and you have to go and you have to be all dressed in white. Everything you have, your table, your chairs, whatever, you can be white. If you don't have white china, then you need to have paper plates, that are white. And then just everybody gathers that evening and they just all have dinner together.
You bring your food.
And you bring your food,
Oh,
you bring everything. I mean, so it's quite a, it's quite a thing. You have to
so
bring
it's
your,
white chicken, Alfredo sauce, that sort of thing?
well, the
Kind
food
of a
doesn't.
white Christmas.
White food.
Everything, the wine, most people bring just white wine, and
Plain
It's-
fish.
yeah, there were pictures this year. They had it on where we were for the concert was over and across the street at Gray's Lake, and they were right beside the lake. And it was just beautiful. And everybody, it's so pretty. Everybody's all dressed in white and everything, tablecloths, everything. I mean, I even take the chairs that I take, I have covers for those, so that everything is in.
My
Just-
gosh.
I just wondered if people had heard of it because it's all
Never.
over.
It sounds like a lot of lugging and carrying stuff.
Yes, it is.
What's it called? What's it called?
It's called flash dining. Flash dining. Because it's flash because you don't know until that day. And
It's
they
like a
don't,
flash concert.
and they don't, I don't think they ask permission of the city. Because I think they figure by the time the city's figured out they're there, we're gone. So,
They used to be popular. Remember, they used to have flash concerts. You get a text to show up at the mall at 3:30. And we're
Flash
gonna
mob,
sing,
flash
and we're gonna
mob.
sing Hallelujah or something,
Yeah,
It's called a flash
Right.
mob. They used
Yeah.
to do that. That was popular at one time,
it's
but I
still,
don't hear about it much anymore.
it's still the same, I mean, it's the same sort of thing and it's just fun. We haven't, I think Jean, we have pictures, there were pictures they put on Facebook the day after and it just looked really, we should have done it this year, but we haven't done it the last couple of years because just not being close to anybody, but we could have done it this year because the advantage for us is we have a friend who is a caterer and so she brings
Oh.
the
oh,
Oh,
other stuff and she brings food.
Perfect.
We
yeah,
win.
we're limited on what we can lift and carry, both of us, so that would
I
be a
can't
challenge.
carry things anymore. I've got some heart issues. I gotta be careful from now on.
Yeah,
But-
well, that is the thing. You do have to, hopefully you can get as close. Sometimes you can get closer than others depending on where the place is. But it's just a neat event. Des Moines has a lot of things like that are all free and
Tomorrow's their car show.
are fun. And tomorrow we're gonna go to a what they call, it's an elegance,
The Elegance Car Show,
the elegance car show. And so it will be
the Sculpture Park.
really old cars and they're not, and very unusual cars. There'll be Rolls Royces, that kind of thing there.
Oh, get some pictures.
Take
That
some
sounds good.
pictures,
Yeah,
yeah.
take some
post
pictures.
them.
Yeah, Jean's taken pictures in the past from there. And that's down at the Sculpture Garden downtown where we have all kinds of sculptures.
What's that beautiful forest behind you? Is that your backyard?
That's our backyard.
Lovely.
Beautiful, beautiful.
It's not really our backyard, it's our back hill.
oh.
Yeah, Betsy and Mary both have something like that too.
Yeah.
We have no backyard.
So
love-
green.
Yeah, well, I love the trees, but Betty,
Yeah.
and that's what I like when I go to England. I love to see trees.
Definitely. And
Beautiful.
we've lost so
Yeah.
many here during past storms.
Yeah.
Can you see I don't even know what I'm showing you.
Oh, yeah,
That's
Oh, I
the
love that.
beautiful.
Yeah, it is. Lovely.
I can't
And
see
they-
it. What is it?
that's at the
Cool stuff.
Flash Dining.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah.
what cable.
we did have an interesting thing this summer. We had a tree removed from the back of the house. And because they can't come back here, they had to they went over the house with this piece of equipment. And then a man stood up on the deck of this truck and like he was playing video games. And they had a big claw and then scissors and took the tree down.
Oh, my God.
Right.
Got it over and we had
Wow.
that. And
This is all over your house? This is above your house?
that's
What if
the
it
only way-
fell? What if
Was
the
it-
orange
was-
fell?
Was the tree dead?
Well, no, the tree was hollow. And so
Oh,
we were
That's
afraid
right.
that the tree could very easily fall on the house when we're gone.
We have an
So we
orange
tried
tree
to
that's
do a risk-
hollow.
a little risk management, but that was quite an experience.
I
So-
bet.
I can't even imagine. Sounds like something out of a Batman movie.
Well, we have pictures of that too. She has-
You should use that for man-made.
If you saw the swamp cutters, that's the kind of equipment they used.
Yeah, he just
That's
had this big
amazing.
thing, looked like a claw, like, when you try to
Well, they clap it
get
inside.
those,
Oh, one of those like this?
yeah, right, things out of a, you never can get. And then inside
Yeah.
of that was a saw, electric saw, and then he manipulated it from the front of the house.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
Well,
Yeah,
when we get this fiber network set up nationwide, there's a doctor in New York that performed surgery on a patient in California. That's
Oh,
what's gonna be eventually. Yeah, he'll make all the decisions and calls and cuts from New York, and it'll happen live on a patient in California. It's coming. It's coming. It's not that far away either. So
no.
Yeah.
it's amazing
So
what they can
Betty,
do.
Did you guys have a huge hailstorm at where you were?
Well,
Because
it was interesting
somebody
because,
we know,
oh,
I think their daughter was caught on 80 and the hail went through the windshield.
Ew.
most everyone we know who was in that hailstorm has had their car totaled.
Oh,
You
my
can't
goodness.
drive where it was in a very narrow band. In fact, it was so funny because we were here and we didn't get hardly any rain, but what would it be, about 5 miles from us?
No, 3 miles.
3 miles from us. There was just a narrow band, and everybody who was in that band, the hail was the size of baseballs.
Well, and
and,
some
Oh, my
soft
God.
and some softball.
and people, yeah, we have.
And
we
it did it for 20 minutes. And
20
it was that
minutes.
size and it,
Oh, my God.
It was horrible.
I mean,
And it's,
It would
And-
actually dent the metal. Yeah, it would dent the metal. It would break things.
oh,
well, it definitely broke the windshield.
oh,
Yeah, 'cause
yeah.
it's falling so
Under the
fast.
RV.
You know, big hole.
How scary driving in that.
It could
Well,
kill
They
you
weren't
if it
driving
hit you.
at
It'd
that
kill
point.
you.
They were just sitting on the road.
Yes.
Everything stopped. I
It's
think
still
he said they
scary.
stopped for like 3 hours.
Oh,
What
my
would that do
God.
to
It
the
was-
RV? The RV roof, what would it do?
it knocked the windshields clear out.
Yeah.
And they were just
Particularly-
like you,
The back windshields and the front.
and the front windshields were, a lot of cars were just smashed. They're just, little pieces. So if you would have been sitting in the car, you would have been scrambling to get in the back.
Get away from the glass. Yeah.
And when the hail hit the car, it popped the paint off the car, the
Oh.
denser.
Yeah. They would.
Wow.
It was unbelievable. I mean, years ago, when we were coming back from Arizona, I was driving, and I shouldn't have been. We had golf ball sized hail, and we had,
Oh.
damage was $13,000 worth of damage
Oh.
to the car. And,
Wow.
but these cars are all being totaled, and there's no cars. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
People don't have any cars, and.
They're trying to buy my old Equinox.
That's because they can't get the chips.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
Bob knows, we got totaled last December because Bob picked Walt up afterwards. And we had to replace that car with another car that could be towed behind an RV. Very
Oh,
few
yeah.
cars can. And it cost us 3 times the money that we got for that totaled car to buy any car at all that could be pulled behind the RV.
It took us until March to find one.
Yep.
oh, I believe it. I
Yeah.
There's a real shortage.
Yeah.
Our friend, his new car was less than a year old. They totaled it. So then he had to buy a used car for his business. And so he bought a 2017 with 71,000 miles on it. That's so he could have a car. They couldn't, otherwise he has to wait 8 months for a new car.
Oh,
Oh, gosh.
But you
Yeah.
see, I've seen recently, I've been driving around and I see cars and people are driving around with no back glass. And I know
Oh.
it they were in that storm. And
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm glad I wasn't out in it.
Oh,
That's all.
yeah.
Well, I was worried that it might have hit your house. And I was thinking of the damage. So
Well,
I'm glad it
well-
didn't.
We just had our windows replaced, our windows and our gutters replaced because of hail damage from
Last year.
before, from last year. We just had all the new windows, and we thought, when we heard about the hail, we thought if it comes this way, you know, we don't want to go through the nightmare of having windows replaced again. So, because that is, we're still not done with that.
Well, those look like beautiful windows behind you there.
What's
Yes.
that?
Those are beautiful windows behind you. Are
Well,
those your new windows?
Those are our new windows.
Ah,
They look like the old ones,
Yeah,
but
they look just like the old ones.
they're Pella, you know, an Iowa product.
Yeah, yeah, so.
Well,
Anyway,
Mary's big adventure had been her new puppy, who we should have a picture of. Anyway, because of this training issue that isn't resolving real fast, she was having to drive to a place where the dog would actually walk, because in the spring, the black flies were so bad, the dog was getting all chewed up underneath and she was not going anywhere. So
I think
I
Mary's
think
got
Mary
to
might be
get.
going to get her.
Yeah, I
What's-
think she went to get her.
what kind of
She
dogs?
is- Well, she's a mix of Chihuahua and Beagle, kind of.
That's quite a mix.
Yeah, that's an interesting mix.
She's smaller than our dog, but they like to play together and they
Oh.
just race.
Aw.
That's
I
good.
thought you showed us a picture of a dog, Diane. That wasn't Mary's?
Yeah,
It
today,
probably
not
was.
today,
Here we
not yet.
come.
Here
Okay.
she is.
Yeah, that's
Aw.
it. Yeah, there you go.
Hey,
That's the new
dog.
baby, huh?
Kiki,
What's his name?
Kiki,
Icky?
Kiki.
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 That's better.
How old is he?
Mary, you're silenced. You're muted.
You're muted, Mary.
3.5 or 4 years old.
Oh, okay.
And they found her, she's from Texas.
Maybe she's setting her ways.
Well, she's from Texas, Bob, and they found her in Houston with 2 of her pups.
Oh,
Wild. So she's very shy and scared
Could
of
have been
everybody.
mistreated.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
What
our pups are
happens to
gone,
her pups?
obviously.
Yeah,
But
the pups were adopted. They spayed her, and then there's a group called Lone Star to North Star that brings a lot of the puppies from kill shelters up here, and
Yeah.
they're adopted in Minnesota.
Well, that's too,
So-
why'd have to put them down. Yeah.
She's
In
so
fact,
sweet.
in fact, I saw something on the news where there's a pilots group that's actually
yeah.
flying these rescue dogs all around the country. Because there's homes available. There are people that are willing to take them. But you know, this one area just had so many, they didn't know what to do. So this group of volunteer pilots fly them in cages and they take them to different shelters where they're adopted out. So it's a good thing.
Well, Rough Start Rescue had they bring 30 to 35 dogs in a van at least twice a month from
Wow.
Texas. And then they also have connections with the Indian reservation in, was it South Dakota, Betsy?
Mhm.
Yeah. So,
Well, they're doing good work.
I
That's
think it's
good.
Pine Ridge, maybe.
yeah,
Either Pine Ridge or Rosebud.
Oh, she's so sweet.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, she and Julie are just have a great time.
That's wonderful.
They steal the bone from each other.
Oh,
All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. I'm going to leave Diane in charge. You guys visit as long as you want, okay?
all right.
All right, take care.
bye, Bob.
See you soon. Yeah,
Thanks.
thank you.
Yes.
Thanks
See
again,
you
Bob.
next
Great
month.
job.
Now, Walt, are you guys back or are you still
Well,
We're in Michigan. We're leaving here about the 19th or 20th.
in a week. What you see behind us is the RV, is the interior of the RV.
Oh, okay.
We're leaving a week from Monday, supposedly.
Yeah, well, I'm starting to have to think about shutting down and using up the food in the fridge.
Yes.
Don has to worry about that.
Uh-huh.
We have to buy all the stuff that we can get here that we can't get there and
Like
stuff it
what?
in and bring it.
What can't you get here?
Well, it's a specific brand of frozen meatballs. It's Muller's pasta. They don't have Muller's pasta there. So
Cabot cheese.
Cabot, seriously sharp cheddar, can't get that there. You could mail order it, but it costs a fortune. And the goat mozzarella that I use. And there's several little things too. There are things that we got used to having here that you can't get there. So we stuff them in and bring them back.
Wow. Yeah, I miss a lot of things too, but I've managed.
Betsy, when are you leaving? When are you coming back?
We leave the 1st of October. We go down to we have to go down to Minneapolis to see some doctors there first. And
Okay.
so we'll be staying at our kids' house starting on the 25th or 26th. And oh my goodness, Kiki.
We're bouncing
Kiki.
up and down.
Trying to get my thing balanced there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I like your puppy, Mary.
Yeah,
Very
she's
sweet.
quite
Yes.
happy just sitting there. Yeah.
It's not much Chihuahua there, it doesn't appear.
Well,
If you
she
see-
has her eyes are Chihuahua eyes.
Kind of.
Yeah,
I
Not
wonder
big.
what her puppies look like.
she's kind of, yeah, she's kind of an interesting combination.
Very
But
sweet.
she is a fast dog.
Sweet.
Very. Where's Julie?
Well, Julie must have gone outside. She was
Oh.
curled up. I'm in the bedroom, so I could be away from John, whatever he was doing, but she was curled up on the bed. But I do have some movies of the two of them.
Oh, love to see him.
So anyway, and
This
she
is like-
likes John. She loves guys. But when Mary first got her, because I went down with her to meet the person that had been her foster, she just shook. She was so frightened.
Oh,
That's
There's-
Come a long ways.
Yeah.
oh, that's, yeah. You feel so sorry for them.
You do, yeah.
Yeah, you feel so sorry for them, and of course, that's how they wrap you around their paws.
Oh, absolutely. I'm such a
They
Yeah.
make you have to
Yes.
drive in town to find the
Wrap you
right
in the
place
paw,
to
don't
go
you?
to potty.
Well, yeah, it was terrible. I was driving 15 miles round trip 3 times a day to get her to go to the bathroom.
If it weren't for the
Aw.
black flies and all that stuff,
Oh, her little belly was just covered in bites.
Oh,
that was June.
Now, how much, she, I don't know what's the gender and how much does she weigh? He or she weigh?
She's 17 pounds and she's a female.
Okay,
She had her probably sometime this winter, or I mean, in the fall, I would say. She was spayed in January, I think.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to show, I found a picture of Flash Dining, so I wanted to show it.
Cool.
Oh,
Can you see it? I don't know whether.
yes,
Yeah, well,
but you have to
It's dark.
turn it
It's
back
gone
on.
dark.
The screen down, the screen's gone black. Touch the screen.
We
yeah, you
saw
got
it, but there, that's better.
that. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's a great.
Is that in the park?
It's what?
In a park?
Yeah, it's next to Gray's Lake, which is right down by downtown Des Moines.
We
So,
could do
Patty,
flash drive.
Patty, maybe when you get back, you can set something like that up for in Leisure World.
there we go. It would be
Yeah,
easy to.
photo club
Well,
flash drive.
They're doing a tea where everyone's bringing their own fancy china and all that.
They're
We don't
doing a
have any
tea, yeah,
fancy china
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah,
tea.
that's coming up, isn't it, Ben?
Yeah,
Diane, yeah. so
I'm
who's
not going
running-
though.
Somebody, no, I'm not going either. Somebody's running a tea, yeah, and you have to
Oh.
dress. You have to dress up, you have to wear hats and bring.
I
your
don't
own
even know where
sign.
my one hat is.
Oh, I bet it's Carolyn Lowry.
I only have one too, but yeah.
Mary has hats.
Yeah, but they're not
They're
hat
not-
hats.
They're not tea
They're-
hats.
Mine's a
cer-
fancy hat for teas.
I
and I
don't have
bought
any
it in
dresses.
London.
Yeah, they're all wearing dresses. I don't have any dresses anymore.
Years ago, I was invited to the palace for one of those big teas.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were like 1,000 people there, but the government there wrote a letter before I even came over telling me exactly what to wear, including gloves.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Who has gloves?
I went out, I waited till I got to London to buy my hat in the department store there. And I had gloves.
Well, I used to back when.
I
too.
remember having gloves. I think it was about 50 years ago.
Yeah, well,
Now, the
when
guys
I'm in
won't
cold,
remember this.
you know,
but
it gets cold here in the winter and being outside, I remember my hands being cold even here.
Oh,
It
well,
gets-
that kind of gloves, yeah, but.
Yeah,
once you
yeah,
were
that,
30
I know.
well, yeah, you're talking about those white fancy gloves that go up to your
Yeah.
elbow.
Yeah.
I don't even know where they went, but I have the hat somewhere. But I'm not gonna go to a tea and leisure world and dress up a hat, no.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Now, the guys won't remember this, but I was at a game afternoon the other day. And we were discussing the demise of the pantyhose.
Oh, thank God, thank God. I
threw 'em all away.
remember
Now,
girdles
when
and,
Who was able to
Oh, yeah,
actually go-
girdles, oh, God.
well, remember nylons? Pantyhose were a
Yeah.
lot, it's hard to keep them straight. That was horrible.
Nylons with with girdles to hold them up.
Yeah, and garter belts and just horrible things.
Yeah, see, guys never had to deal with that.
No,
I
Or
threw all
being
that
in the
stuff in
little
the trash.
bathroom cubicle trying to get your girdle back on.
Oh,
I think
God.
if I had to spend the winter where you guys are, I think I just wear like tights and leggings under it.
Right.
Probably what I do.
And that's what you see a lot of, I think.
Yeah.
still. But.
But
Yeah.
here, the realtor told us we wouldn't need a coat closet. I've got a coat that I bought in Salt Lake City years ago. It's all red. I call it Little Red Riding Hood. I haven't used that thing in like 3 years here.
I just ordered a flannel shirt
For where?
for here, and it gets cold there too.
It does in the mornings. If you're out walking early, you need something.
Right.
Yeah, you
I
need
have some-
gloves.
I have some flannel lined jeans that I can't get into.
I had a lot of corduroy pants, couldn't get into any of them after a while. Forget
Ah.
that.
Yeah, I still have it, a box of winter clothes just in case, but now that we don't come back for Christmas, I'm thinking, why am I saving these?
And
Right,
just when you get rid of them, you'll need them.
right.
Well,
I'm
that's
gonna
true.
go, I'm gonna
Never
go,
get rid of
Diane.
anything.
Great to see you, Jan, even though you're
Well,
next door. I never see
I
you.
look forward to seeing everybody soon. Take
Yes.
care, everybody. Safe journeys, okay?
Bye,
Okay.
Jan.
Yeah, bye,
Oh,
Jan.
and Jan,
One.
I got a card from you and I'm saving it. My birthday is
Oh.
coming up.
Yes, good. Well, you know me, keep on celebrating, Betsy. Just keep
I
going.
will, I will.
Have a great day. Have a wonderful day. Take
I'm
care.
gonna get some lunch, so.
Yeah,
Take
bye.
care, everybody.
Lunchtime.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Everyone ready to go?
Yep.
Go head out.
Mary, when's the best time to talk to you?
I don't know.
Well,
Whenever.
we've lost touch, so let's try and have
Yeah.
a have a conversation, or Betsy set something up for us or whatever before you leave.
And now Marge, where did you say Marge was, Bob?
Well, she's got a writers club meeting over at the rec center this
Oh,
morning.
cool.
Oh, the rec center? There's a writers club meeting?
Yes,
Since when?
I can't keep track. She's got so many of these things
I
going.
haven't read anything on the post about a writers club. Bob was president years ago and it broke up. I have no
This might be AAUW.
writers.
But we
would know.
if it is, it would be new.
We would know. It must be something else.
Well,
We're gonna have to
we'll
investigate
find out
this.
her latest project.
Yeah, that's great. I'm happy for her. That's wonderful.
Yes.
I went to the lunch bunch. I enjoyed sitting next to her the other day. That was really fun.
Good. I'll tell her.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, everybody, I'm in charge of cutting this off,
Oh,
so.
Shelley, did you have?
No, I do really need to get we have lost 3 doctors in the pandemic.
What do you mean lost?
Well, 2 of them, they retired.
Because some doctors have died in the pandemic too from COVID, but.
Yeah, we don't, we just have,
But you're here now full-time, Shelley?
the present, maybe next summer we'll go north. You know,
Okay, I do go doctor shopping a lot, and it sounds like a lot of trouble to lug an RV with no place to stay. I don't know how many doctors they have, but I'd be more than happy to share what I found. I have found a lot of good ones. I really have. And
Okay.
I used to go to Cedars in Beverly Hills, so
Okay.
I've been to the best of the best. I found some really good ones here. I really have.
I'll get in contact with you to, okay. We lost our dentist.
Oh, well, when I went to Dr. Crockett's office and nobody was wearing a mask right in the height of things.
Yeah.
And we had a nice little conversation. They told me I'm free to leave, and I did. So
Yes.
we had a little health fair here, and I found some really nice people that are on Power. And I fell in love with the hygienist, but I'm not too crazy about the dentist himself. But Mary has found me a dentist, and Tempe.
He's a little farther away, but
Yeah, you like him.
one of the group of people that Betsy and I have breakfast with every Tuesday morning was a hygienist. And this is the last dentist that she worked for. And he's younger, so he's not going to be retiring anytime in our lifetime, probably. And I've gone to him. I had an emergency crown, and it was great. And I pretty much decided I'm going to end up switching to see him all the time rather than seeing my Minnesota dentist who is in Minneapolis, and I'm in northern Minnesota, so I have to go down to Minneapolis to see him. I might as well have
Really difficult. It's very hard losing your medical people and leaving and moving to a new place. But it's so hard going back and forth. I know I've tried it. It's just so challenging, really. But Mary, I switched from an Android to an iPhone a couple of months back, and you had sent me your dentist information, and they told me they took everything off and transferred the phones, and I lost it. They didn't get everything. So if you still have it, I'd appreciate you texting it to me.
Okay, I will.
We need ones that are really close
Hang on.
by.
Yeah, the one I found at the health fair here, where I like the hygienist,
Hang on.
that's right on Power near Broadway. But I'm
That's
not
pretty-
crazy about him. I'll tell you what happened. I haven't had a lot of dental work, but he was looking at all my stuff and he goes, "Oh, there's a crown." And I said, what? He goes, "I didn't do that." Well, this is my first time in the office. And he said, "If something goes wrong with it," I said, "Well, you'll still be able to take care of me, won't you?" He goes, "Well, I won't do it for free." Like I would really want, I would ask somebody to do something for
That's
free.
a
Never.
problem.
So I never ever want him to touch me ever again. And he's on Power, so I can't recommend him, but if you just
Well,
want
I
that,
want to know who you don't recommend too.
I will.
Yeah.
I've got a whole list, believe
Yes.
me.
Well,
But
my
I-
granddaughter, one of my granddaughters was playing some sort of catch or something and missed and hit a countertop and broke a tooth. And her parents that's when they were in Scotland. So she went to the emergency dentist in Edina called Elegant Dentistry, and they were not.
Oh, I know. Oh, God.
And
I've
they
had
were,
someone-
yeah, I mean,
Well, there's one, we lost our dental insurance when we went on Medicare, and I never really needed it anyhow. But I forgot the name of the place, but I got something in the mail where I was going to get a cleaning, and I was going to get, and I get clean like 3 times a year, and I floss every day and all that. Well, this place was a con place, and they told me I needed that special cleaning, and then it was $250 a quadrant.
oh,
And with the deal for my $35 cleaning first time, they could only do 1 quadrant. So I left and I felt lopsided. So I went to Bob's Special, whatever it's called. What are they called when you have to have special cleanings? I forgot. Periodontist. I went there and I met the dentist there, and they were laughing hysterically. And they said, no, you do not need us. All my numbers were good. They were like 3. And
Oh, yeah.
and
You're
he
gone.
cleaned me because I was in there, but they were laughing hysterically about how I was taken
what
from this
quadrant?
place. No, I've been on quite an adventure, guys, with doctors and dentists, believe me.
Always. Yeah, good. Look at that, yeah.
Well, I
Let
tell
me
you,
see.
you really helped us out when Betsy did that face plant.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, my favorite emergency room is gone. There was one on Power where they greeted you at the door with a wheelchair. They took you to a private room with a remote control TV, and they filled out the forms for you. And they had everything in there, and they just took such good care of you. They're gone. They're out of business.
It probably cost too much to take such good care.
That's right. It's crazy. But anyhow, the new Omicron shot should be here next week. But any news where you guys are?
Mall of America has them, and there's some public place in Duluth that has them. So on Monday, I'm calling the clinic here to see if we can get them at the clinic, or we only have one pharmacy. We don't have a CVS or anything. We have a grocery store, big grocery store that has a pharmacy that's it's connected to the hospital pharmacy. So we're hoping to get in shortly.
We went and got our senior citizen flu shots. They're high powered, but I'm used to the doctor's office doing it, and I found a doctor to do it for us, but now he says, I talked him into just taking me for emergency. I didn't want him as my main doctor. He says I can't come in for the shot unless I have an appointment for something else. So we went over to Safeway that Cindy, she was part of our AAUW recommended. Anyhow, Safeway had a private room. We got the senior citizen flu shot. Everything was cool. And they gave us 10% discount in the store. So I got to show you something. Bob went to a cookie place called Crumble. Have you heard of it?
Yes,
Okay.
my daughter and granddaughters go to Crumble Cookies.
This is our first time. And he cut them up for me. Can you see them?
No, I just see the top of the,
Wait, let me
is
put it by my face. Here's the
Oh.
strawberry. And then here's the French toast. So anyhow, that's going to be my lunch. It's probably the points for the whole day, but what am I going to do? So yeah, it's a challenge, but we do have a lot of good doctors here, and also physical therapists. I can't even begin to tell you. And this whole COVID thing, I got very uptight about places not wearing a mask. Now, Dr. Crockett's a wonderful dentist, and everybody loves him here.
Well, actually, we each had an emergency and they treated us very badly. I loved him for
did they?
5 or 6 or 7 years.
They
Yeah.
were the hygienist told me that, oh, we've all had COVID here and blah, blah, blah. No, we don't need to wear a mask. And I didn't even ask her. She goes, I don't have to tell you if I've been vaccinated. And it just went on. And I got more and more uncomfortable, and she brought the dentist in. He says, I'm free to leave if I want. And that was the end of that. And then my physical therapy place, which I absolutely love, they stopped wearing a mask. Some of them got COVID. So I've just been going to places. I mean, I'm driving all the way out to Chandler. I go to a place for acupuncture. Medicare is paying it for my back. By the way, my back is I just had another MRI and the back is still not healed. And I have to do some special electrical stimulation next, but beside all
Oh, how
that.
fun.
So I got.
That
I
might
have to-
help. I've heard good things about that, the electrical
Yeah, so
stimulation.
I still have to limit my lifting and I'm still not comfortable walking on Betty's rocks and, stuff like that. But it's crazy.
Well, most of us can't walk on Betty's rocks.
To get in your backyard. And I'm not comfortable going in anybody's house yet, on and on. And I've got my KN95 masks and I wear them everywhere. And, I'm just adapting, but I found these places and I'm mainly going to Chandler and I found a wonderful physical therapist out there and it's Pilates.
Yeah.
And she takes my prescription and and it's as big as a barn, 4 times as big as my last physical therapy place, which was just on Power and Brown, by the way, so convenient. So I see her once a week and it's as big as a barn and there's never more than 3 people in there. And of course I wear my mask. So I'm just, I'm doing the acupuncture, I'm on the path. I'm just keeping on. And I'm also back at water aerobics, but not comfortable even outside with other people.
I'm hoping maybe this latest one will.
Well, once I get the latest one, I'll feel a lot better because I know so many people that have been boosted twice with the old one and then they get it anyhow. And then they take that medicine and then they get another version of it a week after.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't want to lose my appetite for 1 minute, guys.
Well, that's what, when I would have allergies this summer and there's enough stuff around outdoors.
Oh
mold,
yeah, here
whatever.
too.
And so I'm thinking, okay, can I still taste things? That was what I kept doing. Oh yeah, I can taste. Then it's
Well,
allergies.
I have my little routine. I take my temperature. I smell perfume. These are my little tests when I wake up in the morning. But one of my friends said, oh, we're still COVID virgins. I talked to her on the phone only. I never see her in person. She finally got COVID. So she's no longer a COVID virgin.
Yeah, I just heard the term COVID virgin.
Yeah, we're
So,
still COVID virgins.
but I have my color coordinated masks now, K95.
I can't find
so
a pure red. Have you been able to find a pure red?
No, I can only
No.
find
Orange and
maroon.
purple and pink. Yeah, I have them all too. I'm having fun with them.
So
And from last year, I have an old cloth mask. Happy Thanksgiving. I might put that over my KN95 for Thanksgiving. I'm not sure, but anyhow, we're doing the best we can, and I am planning on getting out more. We're having our book club Thursday, the Lincoln Highway,
oh,
and I'm gonna go. I've decided I'm just gonna wear my KN95 and go.
Did you like the book?
Yeah, I did. Did you? all
I
read
like
it?
it too.
Yeah,
I
I
liked
liked it.
Gentleman from Moscow, but Lincoln Highway was a disappointment to me.
Oh,
Oh,
probably
I've read-
because the Moscow one was probably better, huh?
It was
the
much better.
language in The Man from Moscow was just incredible. I thought.
I've got to read that. And I missed your meeting with the Paris apartment. I finally finished it. I loved it.
Well, now Mary and I are reading Braiding Sweetgrass. Have you guys read that yet?
What is
No.
Braiding Sweetgrass. It's written by she's I don't know if she's not Ojibwe, Potawatomi, I think.
Yeah.
She's a botanist. So she combines traditional native science with
That's wonderful.
university science. And but she
I love
writes
all
part
that.
of it's memoir, but she really goes into, some of the different plants, like there's a chapter on strawberries, which is called heartberry.
Oh my God.
And in her, native language.
I've got to write this
And-
down. I'll never remember.
And then there's this whole thing on cattails, and she takes students out and they build a structure, and they have to go in, and she tells you how they go in after the cattails and what yet. And you think, it's just really interesting.
It's called Braiding
Sweetgrass
Grading Sweetgrass.
And the author?
is.
Never mind, I found it.
Robin Kimmerer.
Look at- I've got all these little pieces of paper. And I'll probably lose them, but hopefully not. It's best if I have things texted to me, but I was watching a show the other day, local news, and there's something in Scottsdale called Sphinx Date Ranch. Has anyone heard of it? Well, you must love dates, Betsy, from where you're from. And of course, I love dates. So this is a local date place with some local dates even.
Mm.
So maybe we could go there on a little trip
Yes.
when you get back. And I also want to take whoever wants to go to Haji Baba, but when we're ready. It's Middle Eastern market in Tempe. It's wonderful.
Oh,
And they have a
okay.
little restaurant in the back and they make their own pita. I mean, everything is just so much better when it's fresh.
Oh, yum.
Hummus. I mean, it's just so good. Baba Ganesh or whatever you call it. So,
Sounds
Baba
great.
Ganache.
yeah.
Goodness.
Oh, Betsy, that book gets 4.6 on Goodreads. I just looked at.
Oh,
Yeah. so-
It's, I mean, she is so interesting. And then at the same time, I was reading for not a book club exactly, but a thing that's from the college that I went to. Night Watchman by Louise Erdrich.
Yeah.
And that's also fascinating. And
I
it's
just
about,
sent, Marge asked for suggestions. I hope we'll use it for our book club. But I just finished the Bloomsbury Girls. Have you heard of that?
I've
about a-
heard of,
All women's bookshop in England. Really fun.
oh, but
I'm
The-
just trying to read fun stuff. I don't want to read any more war. I don't want to read any more Holocaust for now. Just trying
No,
to
I
keep
try
it
to
light.
avoid anything to do with World War II. I try.
Yeah, I
pretty
mean,
well covered it, right?
well,
Yeah.
especially for summer, you know? I mean, that one book we read, what was it about the medical stuff? Oh, I can't. It's just, oh, amputations. And I blocked the name of it. It was just, I have it. I'll look it up real quick. I'll try and look it up real quick.
Well, and Kent Kruger has another book coming out,
Yeah.
or Kate just came out.
He just did come out. That one did just come out. But I finished a book that I really liked was called The Great Mrs. Elias. And it's all about a woman and it's patterned after it's historical fiction, but it's patterned after actual people in New York City at the turn of the century. And it is really good. Called The Great Mrs. Elias.
Oh,
But I had really good books this year. Where for a while I was kind of having a drought as far as, books were okay, but not really good books. So
Well, it looks like there's some that are coming out this winter that
oh
should be-
yeah.
should be good. But well, the Night Watchman, it's based on Louise Erdrich's father, who was a member of the Turtle Mountain tribe. And it's set in the 1950s when he went to Washington to keep they were going to terminate the tribe, which meant that there would be no more reservation, that they would get, none of what they had bargained for when they signed that stupid treaty. And so it's about, trying to, well, that's part of it. It's got a little bit about what happened to some of the missing and murdered Indigenous women in the Duluth shipyards.
Mm.
And it's got a lot about traditional medicine, and it just ties a lot of things together that I'd been learning about. A little
And
bit
that's
about.
Watchman,
Pardon?
is that what's it called again? Because I want to.
That one is Night Watchman.
Night Watchman. Okay.
And it's set in the Turtle Mountain Reservation is not too far. It's northeastern North Dakota, not far from the Red River that is the border between Minnesota and North Dakota. And it's kind of an unusual reservation because the the Ojibwe are there, but the Cree, who are more from Canada, and then the Métis, who were the Native Americans who married the French that were the voyageurs, and some of the English fur traders. So they were, they developed their own language. That's not part of the book, but the Métis, I found that a really interesting culture.
I
Because
love that kind of
instead of
stuff.
instead of just native drumming and flute playing, they also, because of the French influence, they play the accordion and they do jigs.
Oh, you've got to
And
recommend this
powwow.
for our book club, Betsy, when Margess. I found our August book that I blocked. It's called The Bone Garden. And it was written by Molly Brenz. Oh, no, she let it. Never, it was written by Tess Garrison. And she's a doctor. And a lot of real stuff in there, but it was so gruesome. Not a summer reading, not at all.
Okay. Yeah.
So just fine for winter, not for summer. Anyhow, I think
I was going to show this.
what
This is a book about the first American, the Native American doctor.
Oh,
that sounds great.
okay. And then what was the name of, Betty, the other book that you recommended that was a good summer read?
The
I've
great,
already,
the great Mrs. Elias.
okay. Can you just text that to us?
I will.
I know all these little pieces of paper I know I'm going to lose anytime anybody I write
I
something
just
down. It's
finished
crazy.
this. It was really, really interesting. All about the first Native American woman doctor. And so, yeah.
Why
I'll
don't you just send it to our group?
Okay, I don't know if I have, do I have anything for you? Well, I would, yeah, I would have you. I have
Yeah.
you in my,
Yeah.
so I'll send these, both of those, the Great American.
You're
The
going to
great-
come back to some really ugly ads on TV when you come back.
Oh,
And our governor's race, I mean, it's crazy around here. So just
see,
be
we
prepared.
read the Republic
Yeah.
on, and you know, you can read, because we subscribe to the Des Moines Register online, we can get the Arizona Republic. So I've been reading them. What I'm upset about is why won't Katie Hobbs go ahead?
I wish she would.
And
Yeah,
give
I was just gonna ask.
Well, you
She's
read
coming
Robert's article yesterday, didn't you? Where you know, this Carrie is a professional newswoman and can talk and all, but so what, you know, just
So
do
what?
it.
Yeah.
she
Bite the
needs-
bullet, do it. Show us you have some balls
She's gonna
because-
lose. She's gonna lose.
because
Katie
of that. And that's not a good,
Shouldn't lose.
that's so
because-
sad. And it would be so scary to have Carrie as our governor. So scary.
Oh, it'd be horrible, but Katie is nothing. I mean,
I
the
know.
newspaper is trying to shame her into it.
You read Robert's article about that. I know. I get the Republic Online too, because of that we stopped recycling. So I'm not gonna throw out a bunch of newsprint.
Yeah, so Roberts and Montini are trying to shame her into it, and she's not.
Definitely.
It's-
Well,
it's-
she wanted to have like a forum, and now I think they're gonna make her have a debate. We're gonna see. I think it's gonna be next week.
But it's not a debate. That's what's bothering me.
No, it's not gonna be a forum. They won't let her do the forum.
But it's not what a debate is. When
but
somebody's
they don't-
screaming at you and putting you down and so forth, it's a ridiculous.
Right.
You know,
And that's
it's
why she
not
said
a
she could-
debate.
No. But
It's
you know,
not-
if Hillary could do it with Trump walking behind her and stalking her while she's talking and had all of Bill's girlfriends in front of her, Katie can get up there one night and do
Katie
it.
can do it. I think Katie
Yeah.
is a huge mistake.
Big
and I
mistake.
think it's gonna be to her demise. I really do.
And our demise.
Yes, right.
We're all
Now,
involved
what
in it.
about Mark Kelly? How?
I think it's gonna be okay from what I'm reading. Because Blake Masters, he totally changed, wiped out his website.
Oh,
like-
it's,
Oh,
Yeah,
and it
but-
sounds like
you
they're
know,
all
you're reading the
moderating.
paper, but if you're here and you're trying to watch a TV program, it's just constant.
Oh,
It's really disgusting. Very
Well,
disgusting.
we've been watching tennis at our house.
Well, that's good. And we're watching the Diamondbacks our local baseball team here, and it's very sad. And all of our sports here is very
that's-
sad.
I went to a town hall meeting, yeah. Yeah, I think it works out really well where we can, for $10 a month, we can
Okay.
get our Des Moines Register and the Arizona Republic, and I can even read all kinds of other newspapers. So,
Watch
Because
out for
pay separate.
specials. It was $1 a month.
Mm.
no, I'm paying $10.
Yeah,
But-
there are times
Yeah, well-
when, there's times when they have specials, but you
Yeah,
have to watch. you
Well,
have to
and
watch.
then I also started reading High Country News, which has a lot about the West, Southwest and the West, and also a lot about what's going on in the indigenous world.
oh,
I was getting the LA Times, but all of a sudden I'm sitting at a device just reading and
I know.
it's not good. So I'm getting headlines from the LA Times and
I
they're,
Is anybody doing Wordle?
That's just.
I'm
what
afraid
gonna
to, I
ask.
gave up Words with
got it.
Friends. I was
I-
so involved with Words with Friends, I gave it up and I'm afraid to start Wordle.
I do 4 different things on New York Times and I'm just addicted. I didn't,
Like
I would,
Wordle? Do you do
Wordle.
Quordle? Do you do the
no,
Quordle?
I'm not gonna start. I'm not going to start.
Well, see, Quordle, I let myself know.
I'm getting, if
Wordle,
I
I get
go a day
upset.
without email, I'm 200 behind.
Oh, but you know, when I started Wordle, I was behind, but I got to do all those. I could do one after another for a while there. That was fun.
Well, I just bit the bullet. I had these goals every week on Words with Friends where I get certain points that kept making more and more. And 2 weeks ago, I didn't make my goal and I just bit the bullet and stopped. And now I have a little bit more time now.
Yeah.
I know.
It's just awful. I mean, it's like,
Yeah. And sitting is the new smoking, It's not good for us to be sitting at our devices for all day.
On the
no,
other hand, it's my okay, I've had enough of the news and
Oh,
all
yeah.
the issues.
But then
so I can
then
just
the
look at
headlines
Wordle.
come through on my notifications. All of a sudden, it just hits me while I'm doing something fun. There'd be a horrible headline.
but see, Betsy, I have to keep reading the newspaper because I also do the New York Times, their weekly news quiz. And then if I
Oh,
don't,
boy.
Oh, then you won't win.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy. All right, guys, I think we better go.
all right.
Yes. Mary's
Yes.
got to get that little girl out and make her do
Yeah,
something.
get her out.
This
And
is
then-
the longest she sat on my lap. I'm just
She's just so
amazed.
sweet.
Yeah.
I can
yes.
hardly wait to meet her.
Yeah, she's neat.
So you'll have to, she is very slow to warm up.
That's okay. So am
She's
I.
frightened, she's frightened of her own tail, I think.
Oh, poor little thing.
It looks like she's about ready to go to sleep.
Well, I've missed all of you and I can hardly wait to see you.
It's not going
And-
to be long.
I wish me luck going to the live book club. It's a big deal.
Okay.
So
Good luck.
thank you.
Right.
Bye-bye.
And
Good to
I
see
will-
you.
yeah.
Bye.
It was nice
Bye.
seeing you all and we will close now.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.